All right, so let's see. I have my outline. I have my little armrest. I have the corgis, one on each side. And yeah, I think that's everything. So let's get started. I'm Kendra Winchester, and welcome back to my channel. You are currently sitting in the sunroom, my favorite room of our place. We moved back to the upstate in South Carolina, and I had to move the whole library. The other library down the low country, it was mostly in one room, but now I've kind of moved things around since we have less storage, but we now have a sunroom. So I really love this area, and it's perfect for filming because there's so much natural light. And I also bought pillows so I could sit on the floor. It's a great time. I mean, when pillows go on sale at Target, why not? But yeah, it's been a while. So, oh my goodness, I think it's been about a year since I posted my last video. And I wanted to, I thought a lot about making videos. I love making videos. This space has always been for me. It's not about my job. It's not about, I don't know, work or whatever. For me, this space has always been for the love of books and not for really any other reason. So when I began not feeling well in 2020, I took a break, and I think that was a very good thing. Continued to be overwhelmed for the last several years. So I make videos because I love it. It did get to the point where I was so sad I couldn't make videos that I just couldn't watch booktube anymore because it made me so sad. And so over the last, I would say 6 months, I have begun feeling a bit better. Things are starting to calm down in certain ways. And so I decided, I guess, that it was time. I, without even thinking about it, started collecting video ideas. I bought the whole shortlist for the Carol Shields Prize, because when Crystal Wilkinson tells you to read a book, you read the book. Yeah, so I have several ideas that I would like to do, but I'm putting very little pressure on myself here so that I can get into some sort of routine if that's something that works well. So crossing my fingers that my body decides to just chill for a little bit. That would be great, right? So yeah, so I have a lot of that in the future, but today I'm just gonna do a little life update, tell you of things that are going on, places you can find me outside of booktube and all sorts of things. And yeah, so life update. We moved back to the upstate. Read Appalachia launched as a podcast. I was so excited to be able to make that happen. And Read Appalachia is a very personal project for me as someone who is Appalachian, who, my family on my dad's side has been in the region for generations. And so it's a really important personal project for me, and I really loved it. It's just me, and I only post an episode once a month, and then there's like a mini-sode with poetry in between, but that way it's manageable, but I still am able to tackle different topics in the region. So when it launched, I had a 3-part opener series of episodes. What is Appalachian literature? Where does literature come from? And where is it going? And I had a wonderful group of authors and book people come on. So like Annette Sinook Clapsaddle, who is the author of Even As We Breathe. She's a member of the Eastern Band of the Cherokee Nation, and she came out and talked about what is literature, because she teaches, or until very recently taught, literature. And I had Meg Reed, who is the director of Hub City Writers. She came on the show and talked about indie presses and their importance to regional books and different things. It was really fabulous. So I have a list of books that I featured on the podcast that I'm going to talk about later. And that launched, and then I was going to App Studies, which is the big conference for Appalachian studies across different disciplines, like music, literature, other things I am not a part of. But it's a really great conference for Appalachian people to finally meet up in person after a while. So it was great to meet a bunch of people. But while we were headed there, I got the email that I got into a writing class for nonfiction. I've been working, I guess I should say, on these ideas around a memoir in essays about, I guess, my life in a lot of different ways. It tackles a bunch of different topics, but I kind of set it to one side for my job. And now that I have a little more wiggle room, I really wanted to get back into it. It was really important to me. But as many of you know, I have chronic daily headaches and migraines, also very chronically ill. And so I didn't always have the bandwidth. So I decided that it would not get done unless I made space. So I made space for it. I blocked out the whole summer for this class, and it was wonderful. It was everything that I'd hoped it would be, and it's really set me on a very positive path. Other news, I guess, is, well, in June, it was announced that I'm going to be editing an anthology with University Press of Kentucky, and that is an anthology of writing by disabled, chronically ill, neurodivergent, and deaf Appalachian people. So I'm so excited. I am so excited to be editing this anthology. It's going to come out in 2026. That is basically what I'm working on right now. That's my big project. After I had a deadline at the end of August, and then I was in this class. So now the class is over. This is now my job. It's wonderful. It's a project I've wanted to do for a long time, and I'm so grateful for the University Press of Kentucky for making that happen. So yeah, I will give you updates. The contributor list is not finished, so that will come out at some point, but yeah, I'm so excited. So I'm going to talk a little bit about disability literature in a video around that news as well. So yeah, that's really the big life updates, except for health-wise. It's strange having videos of my 26-year-old self who started this channel, and I look at her and I know, like, you don't know that you're filming yourself at your best until it's too late, I guess. That sounds really sad in a lot of ways, I guess, not to be a downer, but I feel like making videos and putting yourself on the internet as a chronically ill person who's deteriorating health is just, it messes with your mind, we'll say. So that has been a lot, honestly, trying to process, because while writing these essays for this manuscript I work on this summer in this class, I watched old videos, and that really, I think, really pushed me to make more videos, because I remembered, how much I love doing this, how much I love making videos. So yeah, I guess I'm also grateful for past Kendra for encouraging me to make videos. And I thought about the videos I'm proudest of are not even the most watched videos or my most successful videos per se. I did a series on a close reading of Virginia Woolf's Mrs. Dalloway that I am so proud of. It has not been viewed very much at all, but I love it. And it is something that I am actually going to watch as I reread Mrs. Dalloway for this manuscript that I'm working on. So moving to a life of writing and editing, when my head, as many of you know, I have chronic daily headaches and migraines, it's kind of deteriorates over time, and so I wasn't not able to read text, and I use a screen reader now way more than I used to, and I use audiobooks, and now a bunch of apps reading, like New York Times has an audiobook app now, not an audiobook, an audio app where it reads their articles. There's like OUDM, Autumn, I'm not sure how you would say that, but they also have articles from different places. So I am able to read things in different ways now. So that has been an experience for sure, but I'm very grateful. But yeah, heading into a life of editing and writing is really, it taxes my head in so many ways, but this making of videos does not tax that part of my brain. I'm able to just sit in front of the camera and talk to you and talk about books, and yeah, that's pretty great. So that's the update. Now, where can you find me outside of BookTube? So if I am not able to make videos as much in the future again, where can you find me? So I am on 3 podcasts right now. I freelance podcasting, so I am a contributing editor for Book Riot. I edit part of their Read This Book newsletter, and I edit their True Story newsletter, which goes out, True Story goes out twice a week, and so I will put links down in the description box. And I'm also on the Read or Dead podcast. I co-host a mystery, thrillers, and horror podcast, which I did not expect to enjoy as much as I do. I actually really enjoy horror. I was just reading the wrong horror the entire time. I mean, all of you horror lovers already know that. I was happy to learn it. And let's see, I also do Audiophile magazine. I review audiobooks for Audiophile, and then they also have a podcast called Behind the Mic, and I am on there about once a month, and I have a whole week where I recommend one audiobook a day. Let me tell you, October's month is going to be stellar. Like, I'm so excited. I am listening to all these audiobooks right now. Great, wonderful. I am also wearing a Libro FM t-shirt, so very on brand, I guess. I am also, let's see, I have a Substack called Winchester Ave. It's just where I write things as I can. And it's just a nice place to put my thoughts somewhere when I'm not writing for other people. And I also obviously have Read Appalachia. And I do things for that. I often have articles, collaborations, all sorts of fun things over there. So I will put all of the relevant links down in the description box. You can go check that out, and you can find me in all those places. Of course, regular social media, right? I'm on Instagram the most. It still seems to be the most accessible for me, so I love that there. The Corgis still have their Instagram. I post videos about them on TikTok sometimes. Just whenever the mood strikes. But yeah, those are all the places you can find me. So I will leave it there. In the future, we're going to be talking about my fall TBR, disability lit that I've read recently, Appalachian lit I've read recently, and my favorite books of 2022. You didn't think I forgot. I did not forget. I sat there sadly very sick with gastroparesis. If you want to know what gastroparesis is, feel free to Google it. I will also link an article about gastroparesis, but safe to say that when your stomach slowly experiences paralysis, you just don't have the energy to do a lot of things. But nevertheless, I am excited of all of these things to talk to you about. And I think I'm actually just gonna start with the Friday reads because that's a nice way to ease into it again. All right, friends, that's it for me for now. I will see you next time. Bye.